YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy SalvationsElite, and we are back with another video, guys. Today we are covering how to go pro in Call of Duty, but I wanted to make another one because I've had so many great experiences since then, inside, outside of Call of Duty, just in general, and I want to share that with you guys. It's gonna be some great stuff. I actually just ordered some G Fuel, so I'm excited to get it in a few days. I'll definitely show it off for you guys and let you guys know what I think about it. I got the nade shot G Fuel lemonade, so hopefully it'll be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. And also, me and a friend of mine started a sports channel. I plugged in my last video. Shameless plug again. I would love if you guys checked it out. The link's down in the description as well. So let's get right into the video. There are three huge ideas when we're talking about how to go pro in Call of Duty, what you got to do to get to pro level, you know. There are three huge ideas that you have to understand if you ever want to hop through the levels, hop through the ladders, and go pro. It's extremely counterintuitive, but the first thing is never just play to win. And what I'm trying to talk about here is the idea that people get sad and depressed when they play against great teams on game battles, UMGs, whatever it is. They're depressed and they get sad and they think they have no hope or whatever when they're playing against a great team. But that is absolutely the wrong mindset that you should have. Like, you should not get caught up in the game battles, ladders, I need to win right now thing. It doesn't make sense to do that. You can by far learn the most when you're playing against the best talent, and then after a game, whether you win or lose, you say, what did they do well and what did we do well? You address the pros, the cons, you know, the good, the bad, and you go from there. You learn from those mistakes. I know as a team, our guys, we struggle with this. When you play against a good team, you lose 6-1, 6-2, 6-0, you know, you get swept in the series, whatever. I know it's really hard to come back and then say, guys, what did we do well? What didn't we do well? What did they do well, and how did they approach this game? But those are the questions that you have to ask if you ever want to take that next step and, you know, keep moving up those levels. Eventually, that'll show in your record. So what I'm telling you right now is don't avoid the up green arrows. I know it's depressing to always lose, but what you should do is, instead of just always looking for the down arrows, looking for those teams that are out of form, once in a while, schedule one of those good teams and, you know, really challenge yourself, challenge your guys as a team, and go for a big win like that. I definitely think it'll pay off. The second big idea is absolutely mind-blowing. This is something that really hit me hard when I actually just heard this. So I'm taking a class for scouting football talent this summer, and this is an article that we had to read. It's called The Mundanity of Excellence by Daniel Chambliss. I'll leave it in the description down below because I recommend you guys read this if you really, really want to go pro and you want to hop up at the next level, because it's something that can be applied to anything and it's worth it. But let's get right into what we're talking about. This dude followed around an Olympic swimming team for 2 years and was everywhere with them, did everything with them, absolutely lived life with them, and this is what he came up with. Quantitative change, which is doing more of the same thing, isn't even close to as important as qualitative change, which is doing things differently. The idea was that top competitors, the elite guys, the Scumpies of the world, shouldn't be seen as better, but seen as different. They have practiced, they have done things differently in their lives where that practice, that approach, that mentality, that attitude is different than what you have, what I have, and that's what has made them elite. They have a will, a drive to get on every day, practice like every tournament is their last, and that is why they're so good. So you need to have a different attitude. That's the big key here. From absolutely elite talent's perspective, what normal people see as boring, they see as exhilarating. They find peace and therapy in what others don't. They look forward to difficult competition and set really big goals, kind of what we were talking about earlier with the last thing. They absolutely look to play against the best, and they love trying to accomplish the impossible. So here's a quote from the book, and this is what it says. So what it says is that it is incorrect to believe that great athletes suffer great sacrifices to achieve their goals. And often they don't even see what they do as sacrificial at all. It's like what the book was really getting at is that no amount of extra work would transform a college player into a professional player. What it was a change in mentality, a change in approach to how they practiced, which is what ended up converting them from a college athlete to an Olympic athlete, you know? And so that's what I'm telling you guys. You need to change how you practice, not necessarily how much you practice. And so, like, the final thing, though, that I want to say, and that I think is absolutely important, you have to understand if you want to go pro in Call of Duty, is that great art breaks the rules. And so what I'm saying is someone like Brett Favre, an absolute legend in the NFL, absolute legend, Barry Sanders, they did things that coaches would say were crazy, that you should never do. Brett Favre would throw across his body while rolling to the right, something that coaches say to never do, but he would do it because he had confidence that he could. And that's the thing. So what you got to do is you first have to believe that you can go pro, and you have to make these changes in the way that you approach practice to really excel and make it to that next level. And that's how you go from being an average Call of Duty player to a good Call of Duty player to a great Call of Duty player to a professional Call of Duty player. Obviously, like I was saying, don't be afraid to break the rules and do things in a manner that aren't normal. Play Call of Duty in a way that is irrational, maybe not logical to others, not logical to your average competitive player, but something that you think works. And if it's working, you keep doing it. And that's what I'm saying. Once again, do not be afraid to change and really look for change, and always look to play against the best and set hard goals. And that's how you'll be a professional Call of Duty player. That might look differently for each one of us, but at the end of the day, those same basic principles will be the same, and that's what will make you a great Call of Duty player. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Share it with everybody you know, because I would really appreciate it. I want to do this long term, and I can't do that without you guys. And like I said, that always means a lot to me, and I would really, really appreciate it. So thanks so much for that. But as always, guys, I'm your boy, SalvationsElite, and we'll see you next time. I'm out! Push to B then?
Yeah, I'll push B with you.
Yeah.
I'm probably not killing here yet. Just get this trade.
That's fine. Nice. I'll watch flank. And then.